Hi again guys, it's Tiffany and we're back in my kitchen, which means it's time for another witchy concoction. And today we're going to be making rose oil because rose oil is really good for your skin. Rose has a lot of healing properties, which I will talk about more during the video of me making this. I'm going to be showing you how. It is a little bit of a time-consuming process just because it does require some patience and some waiting, but I think it will be worth it, and let's get right into the video. Okay, so let's talk about the things you're going to need. I'm going with grapeseed oil as well as some vitamin E oil. Now I'm going to need 8 total ounces of oil. I'm going to use 7 ounces of this and 1 ounce of the vitamin E oil. This is my first time making this recipe, so if that is not to my preference, then I will eventually try again, and I will just update in the information section if I've changed the amounts of the oils or types of oils. You are also going to need rose petals. Now these are rose petals from 2 organic red roses. You can use any color rose you want. I chose red because of the magical properties associated with it, like love, self-love, confidence. You know, it helps with trust and healing, peace and happiness, and those are the things that, of course, I'm trying to bring into my life. So the petals from 2 to 3 roses. You're also eventually going to need a bottle with a dropper, a glass bottle with a dropper. I have a couple of different sizes here. Any size will work. You just want to make sure that you don't make more oil than you have containers for. And the last thing, which is currently off camera but I will be panning over in a second, is a pot of water set to low heat. You are going to be actually making an a water bath, because what we are going to do, we are going to move that to the side. Excuse my horribly messy scale. It has alcohol ink and resin all over it, but it still works. We're going to turn on our scale. This is just a food scale you can get one from Walmart or your local grocery store, of course Amazon. We're going to place on our container and zero it out. I'm going to set it to ounces. And again, we are going to measure out about 7 ounces of the grapeseed oil, as well as an ounce, if I can get the grapeseed oil open, an ounce of the vitamin E oil. Okay, this is going to take just a minute. We're almost there. We're at 6, 7, and 8. We're actually at 8 1/8. That's okay. And then we are going to zero it back out. I guess I should have opened all of this. Oh, that one's open. All right, and then about an ounce of the vitamin E oil. There we go. Perfect. All right, and now on to the next step. Okay guys, the next step is to bring some water to a boil. Now once this comes to a boil, we will be removing it from the heat, and we will set the jar with the oil and the rose petals inside, which will create a water bath to slowly heat up the oil. Heating up the oil helps to release the oils from the petals, which will help give it a rosy smell, as well as potentially give it a little bit of color. So I'll be back once the water has boiled. I've removed it from the heat, and now we are going to be placing our rose oil in the water. Now this will just slowly heat up the oil without potentially burning anything, and what that does again is it releases all the oils in the roses so that your final product is scented and potentially slightly tinted from the color. Now this part takes a while. You have to wait for the water to cool completely, which could take 15-ish minutes depending on where you live and the temperature inside your house. Afterward, you are going to remove this jar from the pan, put it somewhere dark and cool for at least 24 hours. Now, you can leave it at 24, call it good, put it in containers, and you have your rose oil. However, the longer you leave it in this jar, the stronger the results will be. So I am actually going to leave mine for 48 hours, I believe, and then using a fine mesh strainer, I will strain out the rose petals. If you leave them in, I do believe they could potentially mold, so you want to remove the rose petals. You can put some dried rose petals in the final product for looks, but honestly, I would just leave them out. And then don't forget to sterilize whatever containers you're going to be using for your oil. Again, I have these little droppers. They're pretty cheap on Amazon, so you can get them from there. I have sterilized mine, and that will be it. You always want to store your oils out of direct sunlight. I would advise storing them in a cabinet or a drawer, but preferably sitting upright just to prevent any leakage. You don't want oil all over your house. So that's my advice on that. Now, let's talk about the uses for rose oil. Okay, it's me, it's my face again. So I wanted to talk about the uses for rose oil. Now, obviously, what I plan on using it for is a face serum. I'm going to be applying it at night before I go to bed, just in case it's kind of heavy. I don't know how well makeup would apply over that, but if you're not someone who wears makeup, then maybe a light application in the morning before work, school, or just starting your day, maybe that could work. You can definitely apply it to your hair. You can put it on the ends if you're someone who colors their hair a lot, or if you have curly hair. If you want to apply it to the scalp, I would suggest doing it 2 hours before you wash your hair, or overnight. You could absolutely put some on your scalp overnight, massage it in really well, maybe wrap your hair in a silk scarf, and then go to sleep. And when you wake up and wash your hair, it should be nice and silky and soft. Okay guys, so I know the process isn't quite complete, but I want to get this video uploaded, so I'm going to call it good there. I will eventually, once this is all done, put an update in the description box about how it turned out, my thoughts, my critiques, if I would change anything. And so yeah, if you try this, I hope it turns out well. I hope it brings you lots of peace and self-confidence. I hope it helps you to love others and love yourself, because we can all use some of that, let's be honest. All right, thank you guys for watching. I hope you liked this, and I'll see you soon. Remember, be kind, compliment yourself, compliment somebody else, and just have a great day.